4 days to pack up everything in here and get out of this building. The thing is, guys, so much has happened and I need to catch you up because I am so stressed. 2 weeks ago, I was approved for this apartment right here. I showed it off in my previous apartment hunting video, but they haven't sent a lease yet. So it is cutting close. And just yesterday, I toured and applied for another unit and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I like it even more than the first apartment I applied for. So now, in the span of only 4 days, but really only 2 business days and then the weekend, I have to wait and see if I get approved. Otherwise, I can bug the first apartment and just try to like send emails, call them as much as I can, but really I'm hearing nothing. Or I can just walk back to the leasing office of this building with my tail tucked between my legs and just beg for them to let me renew my lease. But I have a gut feeling that it hasn't come to an end yet. Like, I still feel very positive and hopeful, so I feel like it's the perfect time to give you a tour of my apartment. And if you're new to like downtown LA lofts, this is perfect because it's an open floor plan. The square footage is actually, I don't even know my square footage, guys. My lease literally says that it's 875, but my apartment is already available on the website and it's 825. So I'm just like, have I been lied to the whole 3 years? And why has my rent gone up so much in price? Now, I never really figured out the true square footage because even the leasing agents here have given me different numbers, but let's get started. We're starting off in the kitchen, and I feel like this is in my opinion, the least exciting area of my loft, just because I'm not in here very often, so I didn't really do much to like put my personal touch on it, but for what it is, I love it. I love the dark wood, the silver hardware, and the countertops, and overall, I just like that it's modern because it's so visible. The dirty dishes totally killing the vibe, so I'm sorry. If you don't use a scrub, mommy, you need this in your life. It'll make things so much easier and you'll go through less sponges. I've got some tools that I use for my nails, and so I don't know how to properly clean them. Anytime I get like the adhesive where I stick on the gems, they kind of just stay sticky. So I leave them around the sink, but look at this set. It's so freaking cute. I also only did one hand because I got kind of lazy. And then my middle finger was supposed to be blue chrome powder, but I couldn't figure it out. It was just sticking everywhere. I also love this island just because it's come through for a whole bunch of projects, just getting junk off the ground. But these damn drawers never stay shut. And so you always just see my junk that I have in here. So I have a whole bunch of little calico critters, some ribbon, receipts, paper, I have no idea what that is. Ooh, tools, and my favorite, some slime. If you've never played with this water slime, I'm sorry for introducing you to your new addiction because, I can't get enough of this. Y'all can judge me based on what I have in my fridge because I feel like it says a lot about a person. So welcome to the graveyard of leftover food. So, okay, this salsa verde sauce deserves its minute because it is so damn good, and it's from Sonora Town here in downtown LA. So if you have never been, you need to pick that up. We have a single cupcake, probably will devour that tonight. And then we went to a night market and there was a cheese vendor, so Arthur picked that up. And then we have some greens for the babies. And then all this alcohol makes us look like we drink often, but we really don't. This sake that Arthur has been sitting here for like 3 years, and probably even at our previous apartment. We have some wine, Jack Daniels, which isn't even open. I've never even had Jack Daniels before. It was a Christmas present that he got from a coworker. Some more wine, and you will definitely find a lot of energy drinks up in here. I tried my best putting things up at the very top, but I do have this Scooby-Doo gumball machine that I've kind of just filled with a whole bunch of little miniature stuff. So honestly, I don't think I need this in my life anymore. So this is gonna be something that I'm gonna be auctioning off on Whatnot. So let's talk about my favorite app in the whole wide world, Whatnot. They're a live stream auction app where you can buy and sell items. So think eBay, think Depop, but instead of scrolling through photo listings, they're all live stream videos. So let's open up Whatnot right now so I can show you firsthand what it's actually like. But on the app, you can find everything from vintage clothing, collectibles, jewelry, home decor, plushies. And so let's see who's on. Bleumi is on right now. She's Janelle. She used to live here in Los Angeles, but she relocated to San Diego. She also invited me to her storefront when she had it here. So now she's only online and has some of the best vintage. And let me just ask her what her favorite item is so that way you can see the type of grails that are on Whatnot. And let's see what it is. Okay, it looks like she's running to find it. Oh, I freaking love that. It's so coquette. It's this long sleeve blouse with ruffle trimming on the cuffs and on the neckline with pink ribbons. And are those heart details? What the heck, that's so cute. But I'm also an auctioneer on the app. I try to go live at least once a week, and so I still have 2 more live streams for December, and one of them is gonna be just all Y2K clothing, and specifically clothing that I got at my last thrift haul when I went to go shop at Savers with a whole bunch of content creators. And my last stream is gonna be an inventory clean out, hopefully if I do end up moving, where everything is just gonna have $1 starts. It's super easy to navigate whatnot. So let's just say you find an account that you really like. We'll just jump onto mine. And so I have 2 shows already preloaded. We'll click into the one that I'm actually having tomorrow. And I added a little thumbnail video. And if you go into the shop, which is the bottom right-hand corner, under auction, I have 33 items where I give the title, the measurement, and images. In every live stream, I like to host a little giveaway. So this one, I'm gonna be giving away some Kuromi socks, which are so freaking adorable. And the giveaways for anyone who is just in my live stream. You don't have to purchase a thing. But let's just say that you see something you like in a live stream. You just ask the auctioneer to run it. And once it's already pinned onto the screen, you can just bid. You're swiping that button to purchase it. So if time runs out and you have the final bid, that means you win the item and it gets sent out to you. So I'm gonna have a link down below where you can download the Whatnot app for the first time, and it'll give you $15 in shopping credit that you can use in one of my live streams or anywhere else in app. So I will see you guys then. Let's get back to this apartment tour. I didn't realize how dusty it got up here, so don't come at me for those dust bunnies, but that does it for the kitchen. We're gonna move on into my like film area up here. This is my favorite section of my loft, and I know it's just a wall, but it's my wall. And I'm also happy to say that literally everything behind me is either secondhand or thrifted, except for my sewing machine. I did pay full price for that, but that was all thanks to those pandemic checks that we're hitting. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but this wall is massive, so it's kind of just enabled my habit of purchasing little trinkets and knickknacks at the thrift store to the point where I have way too much. It's just so cluttered, and regardless of how much I clean it or try to organize everything, it still looks very messy. But let me bring you in a bit closer, because even though it does look very messy, it's actually super awesome up close. This shelf I found in my building's basement, so finders keepers. And here we have my sewing machine, some Playboy magazines. I obviously love Hello Kitty, so I have a ton of that. I also really like Boo for some reason, and I just have like little trinkets everywhere. I also have everything that you guys gift me. I always try to have it on display. A lot of anime stuff. I have a record player, but there's no need for me to have it because my bunnies literally hate it. I could never play it, so that's gonna be sold. Along with this plate, I feel like someone else could do a better job at displaying this. And most of these little knickknacks I found at the flea market. All of my favorite pants that I like to show off. I've got a lot of art. Arthur picked this up at Goodwill for me for $50 freaking dollars. And of course, all the little crafts that I've made. So we have this mirror that's a full body thing, so that way I can see my outfits. And then on this side, we have a smaller one that I honestly don't really use very often. We have Ethel in her little outfit. This is a rack of clothes that I'm gonna be auctioning off on Whatnot. And then we have all my clowns up here. More masks, which, you know what? I think I've decided at my new place, I do wanna buy more of these so that way I can fill up a whole wall from literal floor to ceiling. So if you have any of those and you wanna sell them, please let me know. This art piece here is the most sentimental that I have on my wall. I graduated from UC Davis, and my last year there, they opened up a contemporary museum that I worked at. So this is UC Davis faculty from back in the day, and it was actually part of an art exhibit there, and I got to take it home with me, so love that. And then we have my cords, more clowns and carousels up here, and my prized possession, my carousel horse. I actually had to saw off the very top here because it wouldn't fit above my armoire, and then an armoire that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I love it. Who can say that they have one in pink with gold trim and gold hardware? Freaking adorable. I wish I could have showed off this view on a nice day. I know the sky looks blue, but that's so misleading. It's actually very gloomy and it's gray, so the light that it brings in isn't as bright as it could be. But let's stand up to show you this view. We have a parking structure. I have seen some wild stuff up on here. So, I mean, innocently, I've seen stray cats and dogs play. I've seen fights, car chases, a lot of X-rated stuff. Within the 3 years that I've been here, so many buildings have gone up. So this one was created, this one, this one's not as tall, but this one here, and they're currently working on something over here. Oh, and you can't forget, do you see it? Let me zoom in a little. We have the 6th Street Bridge, the little loopies. That was also made. The camera doesn't do it justice, but this is one of my favorite views. And then this building right over here during sunset looks the most pretty because it reflects all the sun and it's just covered in this shiny orange color. The view from here is also really awesome during any holiday season or anytime they have fireworks. All along here, you'll just see fireworks going off. So I know it's looking out into Skid Row, but if I do move, I'm gonna miss this for sure. Here we have my desk area. This is where I sit to do all of my editing. I get a really pretty view, but because it's so close to the window and so bright, I have my migraine cap. I'm always wearing this anytime I feel a headache coming on. And then we have these little drawers from IKEA, which are so messy. I'm so embarrassed. But this is kind of just like my main electronic drawer. I don't know what this is. We just have a whole bunch of ribbon. It's super messy. And this is my Cricut drawer. So anything I need to use my machine is in there. The other side, I feel like this is just a junk one here with more Cricut supplies. Oh, this is all of my embellishments that I use for ties. So I kind of just toss everything in there and all of my lace trimming. I try to keep the floor as open as possible because I do let my bunnies free roam. As you can tell, my rugs have totally gone through it, but now we've entered the bedroom. And even this is still very much giving pink and princess vibes because of the headboard and the pink sheets. I did make those pillows, so I'm super proud. But there's just like such a stark contrast between our styles. So my side is very pink and girly. His side is very dark. You know what? Let me just show you my view. For my side, this is what I see. Darkness. And from his view, he gets pink, pretty, and a whole bunch of clutter. But moving away from the bedroom, we have Arthur's area here, which I actually think is supposed to be the bedroom. Like, I think the bed is actually supposed to be in this corner because we have the closet right here. But right next to the bed, we have his little seating area. So he has a little couch with all of our plushies. He loves to collect CRT TVs, so he has this really big one and a whole bunch of consoles over here. And I wish I could tell you what they are, but I really don't know. So we have PlayStation 2 games for sure, some VHS, a whole cart full of more over here, and this cord management. This is like a bunny's paradise right here. Going deeper into Arthur's area, we have his like office or his space. So he also has his own small business and he focuses in anything anime. So figurines, merch, plushies, which makes him guilty of also having a pretty cluttered space. So besides that, he is really big into video games, his CRT collection. Those tiers are full, but he also has more down here and this massive one that we just don't have space for right now. And it's so funny because this is Arthur's area, but it's my closet. And in my area, this is Arthur's closet. My closet you have seen a handful of times from all my closet cleanout videos. So if you want to watch any of those, I have a link down below. But I especially love my faux fur. So I do plan to bring that like same aesthetic to my next apartment. And then we have the X pens. Baby girl is knocked out. But all of my bunnies need to be in X pens. They used to free roam 24/7 at my old apartment. But then we got my little girl over there and they do not get along. They will literally each other. So then we had to introduce the X pens, and I want them to feel like they have as much space as possible, and that's why the X pens take up so much space. And then they just take turns free roaming the entire apartment when I'm not busy filming or editing. So let's do little introductions. This is my little Stitchy girl, or Stitch. That was the name that she was given at the shelter, so we didn't change it because she might have already been used to it, but I really don't like that name. But she's my smallest little girl, and she's such a brat. She's like such a diva. She's a little instigator, and this is why the girls do not get along. Here's my firstborn. This is my dumpling boy. I have him tattooed on my arm. He's like the best bunny you could ever ask for. He gets along with everyone. He's honestly just a grandpa. All he likes to do is eat, chill, and sleep. And then this is my little Nottykins. Her name is Naughty. We saved her in K-Town. She was literally just roaming the streets because my neighbors set her free. But she's the biggest bunny that we have. She's also a little girl, but she also does not get along with other bunnies because she needs all the attention. all the time, huh, babe? I was hoping that one day I'd be able to buy 3 more cases to fill it up with more figurines, but it never happened. It first started off with just collecting Tokidokis, but they got so expensive. So then I moved over to Sanrio and just other different kinds, and this is what I'm left with. I don't know if I want to continue collecting them, but this is like hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of figures. Can't tell me these aren't cute. Come on. And the fact that they're so fuzzy is gonna get me every time. But here is our last stop of my apartment tour, and it's my bathroom. My bathroom is also one of my favorites just because I DIY'd it myself. I put this wallpaper on myself, and it wasn't, guys, it was less than a year ago. I've had this wallpaper for less than a year, and it cost me so much money, and I didn't even realize that it was part of that like TikTok Danny Taylor drama, and I don't know if it's reusable, but I don't think it is. It was short-lived, but it's okay. She's had her moment. I'm gonna make sure I get at least a few Instagram photos. And then I made all of these cakes by myself, besides this one. I actually ordered this off of Instagram before I knew how to make cakes. I love how all of them turned out, so I won't be leaving these behind, and they're so easy to just nail onto the wall. And let's see, we just have pink towels. Oh, another frame. This is like a full body mirror that I also did, but I don't use this very often, so I will be keeping it. I just gotta find a better placement for it. I love the size of this bathroom. The only thing that does suck though is that there is no bathtub, so it's just a stand-in shower. That does it for my apartment tour. As you're watching this right now, I still have no idea if I'm living here still or if I'm gonna be moving, but what I do know is that this apartment is available on the website, so if I'm not living here, I'll leave it linked down below because it's actually listed at a cheaper price than what I'm currently paying. So whoever moves in here next is gonna get a deal. I'm trying to stay as optimistic as possible, but if there is something that you were liking as far as like my little knickknacks, don't forget, I am gonna have a show on Whatnot where I'll be auctioning everything off. I'm thinking maybe like $1 starts. But if you don't wanna miss any of the shows, just make sure that you bookmark them and it'll send you a notification the minute that I go live. And also if you download the Whatnot app for the first time, it'll give you $15 in shopping credit. You can use it in my show or anyone else in app. Y'all, I literally got a call right now from the building that I wanna move into, and they were just giving me an update. Nothing's like set in stone yet, but my credit report was good, and now they're checking my criminal history, which I've never been arrested before. I've never committed a crime, so that should come back positive. So that means we're on the road to getting approved. But if you do have any questions about what it's like living in this building, living in downtown, or just downtown in general, drop them down below and send me all your positive lucky vibes, because I'd really like to move. I think it's time. Arthur and I have really outgrown this place, and I want the babies to free roam again, so hopefully there's more apartment content in the future. But as always, y'all, I do post videos at least once a week. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!